Witch of Moon's Lane presents
How to Witch, bitch.
Welcome back to How to Witch Bitch, a full team back together for this podcast.
Yay.
I hear that the reading went very well.
Yeah, it was fun.
The last one that's just gone to Spotify and all platforms.
Yep.
We did actually get a thank you from Ashley as well, saying that
brilliant.
how much it was a heartfelt thank you for the tarot reading, very meaningful and thought-provoking. So,
good.
yeah, what came
Excellent.
out in that reading that was really interesting?
It was actually interesting about where he was working and, you know, what he really wanted to do. So the dream aspect of what he wanted to do came through, and it even came through who he could even, by name, who he could actually associate with and ask to help him along the way. But, yeah, there's some big changes coming up for him, and I think that sometimes you have a feeling that you know change is there, but you're so used to what you're normally doing. But having someone you don't know come and say, you know, you need to do this, this and this is just that, you know, time when you can actually say, okay, this is what I've been thinking. So, okay, I need to implement it.
So one of my friends went and got a reading with someone. I'm not going to say, I actually don't even know the person's name. But they were so specific about a couple of things that is there a danger sometimes with giving too much information in a reading? Like as in this person was basically said, oh, your partner's going to be unwell this year and possibly pass away. So that's a pretty confronting thing to be told during a reading. Do you go that far or do you let them figure it out for themselves?
Did the partner pass away?
Partner hasn't this year, but apparently it's happening this year.
No, because I always think that there's a reason why they're passing away. So I always foresee what that is. I say, look, it's going to be some sickness, but if you sort of look at now preventing it and going and seeing X, Y, and Z, that's how I read. I would never tell somebody that they were going to pass away because that is just one course of action. You know, we always have a choice. If you continue smoking, of course, then, you know, obviously you were going to have problems with bronchial later on. If you actually choose now that I can see that that's a path for you and I say, listen, right now, if you start looking after yourself, going and seeing, you know, a doctor or going on a breath or going on a walk or, you know, changing your diet or, you know, changing bad habits and going on a health kick or even going get acupuncture, things are going to change.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Not
You're dead. Fred.
And I
Thanks for coming.
I was just kind of like, and I
wouldn't pay her.
I listened to the reading.
Yeah.
Some of it was so fun, and a lot of it was very, very accurate.
Do you know, I went and saw someone, they're dead now.
Did you kill them? No. Did you predict that? No.
I just said back. No. So they told me that I was going to die in my garage about 5 years ago. And so they were very specific about that. But they also told me...
Pacific or specific?
Specific.
Not Pacific.
They said,
specific.
That's it. That's the one.
Oh, sweet Mary.
And they told my
Specifically,
daughter...
they told her.
Specifically, they
Yep.
told my daughter that she was going to pass on the dance floor with having a drink. Her
Drink was going to get
drink
spiked.
was going to get spiked. And that freaked her out for ages and ages. But I did say to her, look, you know, make sure that you just take a Corona or a bottle and just put your thumb over the top if you go out.
But that's actually something that's a positive.
That's
as
a
in,
positive
yeah.
with that. But I
But
mean,
hang on, you're dying in your garage.
Yeah, that's right. No, that never happened.
Oh, clearly.
No, unless someone goes, here, pinch me, am I here?
You are here. That's
Yeah,
so weird.
no, because I think that a good psychic is great at bringing in the hope and how we can change the future for brightness rather than make a future of darkness because you are what you think as well. So if you're thinking you're going to die, you know, then you're actually bringing that about. What's the point? Why get up in the morning? You know, why go around here? You know, that type of thing.
The importance of positivity.
I never believe that that's actually a great thing. I do say I can see that there's some sickness coming, but this is how we can fix it or we can make it better for you so the result is better.
Also, when listening to that reading as well, it was quite interesting because I found it really hard to breathe. Like I had this, as if something was happening to my throat.
Yeah.
And that I was listening to it. Yeah. But that was also happening in the room in the moment because there's someone attached to my friend who died with something around there. Not you know what I mean. But I found it really hard to breathe when I was listening to it, and I couldn't shake it for an hour afterwards.
But that's the feeling, though. So you're picking up.
I'm picking up the feeling of that.
You're picking that up. So when I do readings where I've had people that have come through that have hung themselves, I do get the feeling around my neck. If they've passed through their chest, I get a tightness in my chest, and they bring it in. I say, I feel it. You can let it go now. So I just say you can move that on. So that's that feeling. That's a clairvoyant skill, or it's a one of the skills, one of the senses that I feel this way, or I see that, or I know. It's just you're picking it up. We all have different clairs. Hey? So there you go.
I've already been called a witch. I'm not sure if it was the witch or the bitch, but anyway, that's okay.
We're both bitches and witches.
Oh, there's that, definitely.
It depends on what day.
Having a look at some of our comments as well, and thank you to everyone who has commented. A lot of people bringing up feathers.
Oh, great.
A hobo hunter said, though, I found a whole crow's wing. I don't think that's what we're talking about. We have discussed in the past feathers and how feathers are messages from people on the other side, or they can represent certain things. Everyone seems to be very much into the feathers, though, as well. Unfortunately, Sarah says, feathers for me just mean the bloody chooks have broken into the house again, which I thought was fantastic.
Bloody chooks.
Bloody chooks, Sarah. And also we've got another message. I discovered several black feathers, little black feathers, just outside my back door the other day.
Lots of changes.
Does this mean I've got changes coming my way?
Yep, definitely.
So, wow. Tell us about that, the black feathers. Let's start with those.
Okay, so let's start with black feathers. So black feathers definitely do mean change. They're also associated with mystery and deep protection. So you're being protected by those that have gone on before you. So they're little angel messages to know that your guardians and the people you love are protecting you. They're also letting you know that there are some changes, but you need to be open to those changes, not scared of those changes. Okay. Embrace them, which means it's a message saying that there are changes coming, but you are protected while going through them. So be open to them.
Okay. What about white feathers?
So white feathers is a purity. Often they are another sign of your guardian angel that's just saying, hey, I'm watching over you. And just, feel how you were talking about with the feeling, just see how you feel. When you take the feather, go and sit down on the ground and just feel how you're feeling. Do you feel like you're getting a nice little warm hug from heaven? But really it's just another thing about purity and peace, coming from a good place and being protected again. But it's more about your guardian angels letting you know that they're there.
Are you supposed to pick up the feather?
Yeah.
Are you?
I pick up my feathers. I put them on my altars.
See, I get lots of feathers.
Well, I make all my brooms with them. So I put them in my brooms, my besoms.
You what?
My besoms. So they're
bosoms?
called besoms.
No,
well, yeah, well, that's probably, if I'm
bosoms.
walking, I will stick them in my bra.
Beautiful.
Yeah,
amazing.
With my
sweaty feathers. How hot.
Yes, tarred and feathered. With my rocks, or aka crystals.
Your crystals in your bra and your rocks and your feathers. What the hell is that? Oh, it's a ferret.
Little black book of all my ex-lovers and my hexes and...
That's a big bra, mate.
Look at the size of my
great
titties.
boobs. Oh, wow. There we go. She had to go there. You could have just said bra, but anyway.
That's okay.
So you're supposed to pick up the feathers?
Yes, you're meant to pick them up. But you know what? Grey feathers also represent balance. So if you're in a midst of chaos, because grey is a bit of black and white, if you're in a mix of chaos, it's just sort of saying, just take some time for that as well. There is deeper insights that are going to come. So often it means don't make decisions really rationally. Yep. Like if something's there and you've got to make a decision and you jump into it, you're going to regret it. So just hold off on any major decisions.
Okay.
That's what grey sort of means for you. Now, blue's really great because it talks about calming and it's also saying a birth of some sort of creativity. So if you're looking at changing jobs or you're looking at doing something that's quite creative, a blue feather is actually encouraging you to do it.
Okay.
So it's saying, I see you.
Yeah.
That's what the guardian, I see you, I'm with you, let's go for it. So that means that, self-confidence needs to come in with that one as well. Now, red feathers, not flowers, they're about being on the right path. So if you're second guessing who you're dating, and Rez sort of brings in passion again, so who you're dating, what you're doing with your career, it's sort of saying to you, it's reassuring you that everything is going to be okay. So
I can not say I've seen a red or a blue feather ever.
Oh, I do.
Do you?
Yeah, because you've got those beautiful lorikeets. So they sort of do. So look, purple feathers are interesting. They're more about intuition. So it's sort of talking about, really trust your intuition. So if you're in a midst of chaos or there's a lot of decisions going on and everything's not logical for you, really go by your gut feeling on that with your intuition. And green feathers are associated with new beginnings, but it's also about your health. So really look at what your health is at that particular time. Are you burning the candle at both ends? Are you maybe not putting yourself first in some sort of situations and it's making you sick? So therefore, it's really about take time, take stock, take care of your health.
Okay. Well, that's wonderful. Another interesting episode of How to Witch Bitch where we went somewhere very strange into your bra. Make sure that you leave us a comment if you've got a question for us. If there's something that you'd like to ask Michelle as well, we can do that. And thank you very much to everyone who has been listening. Review if you could, that'd be great.
5 stars if you can.
Stars.
And follow.
Please.
Follow.
May the witch be with you.
May the witch be with you.
Thank you.
And also with you.
Woodwork Podcasts.